Bridgepoint. Thanks so much for joining us for another Devo. For today, we once again have Pastor Danny that's going to be sharing something from his heart. So stay tuned, be encouraged, and let's see what God has to say.
Hey Bridgepoint, my name is Pastor Daniel, and it's just such an honor to be back with you guys again. The last time I was with you guys, we talked about how comparison is a cancer. But today I want to talk to you about how to look at other people's lives that inspire you, that push you in your call to God, but to do it in a way that is a godly way, is a way based on Scripture. If I were to give a title to today's talk, I would call it Windows of Wisdom. Windows of Wisdom. Because many times when we're looking at like social media and we're looking at our phone becomes a black mirror in which we begin to look at ourselves and compare ourselves to other people. But God doesn't give us mirrors, He gives us windows. Let me break that down for you. When you look out a window, you can see inside. You might see a reflection of yourself, you might see a little bit of yourself, but really you're looking deeper into whatever is in front of you. In your life, you're going to be able to find people that maybe are further in their walk of faith. They're further as a parent. They're further in their career. And you're going to be able to look at them from a godly perspective and say, hey, this person inspires me. But you don't measure yourself by that person. They become an inspiration and someone that you can model your life after. I want to give you a biblical example of this, and I'm going to go to 1 Kings chapter 19. Starting from verse 19, it says, "So he departed from there and found Elisha, the son of Shaphat, who was plowing the 12 yokes of oxen in front of him. And he was with the 12. And Elijah passed by him, and he cast his cloak upon him." Here we see such a powerful moment. Because in the Bible, when somebody put their cloak or their jacket upon you, they're putting their mantle on you. They were saying, hey, I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to do life with you. I'm willing to teach you. I know nowadays the only thing that we can compare to is, when you go out to dinner with your girlfriend or with your wife and you're like, you put your jacket upon him because you want to be a gentleman. No. It wasn't like that in this moment. This moment is a moment that was marking the life of this young man. When somebody put his cloak upon him to say, hey, I want to cover you. I want to give you protection. And it's I don't want you to miss the power of the moment. And maybe you're saying, hey, I don't have somebody that's covering me in that way. But I want to tell you that you can look for people that inspire you, even you from afar. Most of my mentors don't even know my name because I'm looking at them maybe in YouTube or I'm looking at their preachings from afar, and they have spoken words of wisdom to my life that have marked me forever, and they don't even know me. But I have chosen them to be my mentors. I want to learn from them. God gives us windows of wisdom. God gives you many times a glimpse of what He can do through you when you look at someone else. And as He puts the covering upon him, let's keep on reading. And he says, "And he left the oxen and he ran after Elijah and said, 'Let me kiss my father and my mother goodbye, and I will follow you.' And he said to him, 'Go back again. What have I done to you?' 21, and he returned from following him, and he took the yokes of oxen and sacrificed them and boiled their flesh with their yokes of oxen and gave it to the people, and they ate. Then he arose and went after Elijah, and he assisted him." He comes and he burns his past. He comes and he burns his income source, okay? That's how he made money. It's like you saying, hey, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go in full-time ministry. I'm going to go be a missionary. I'm going to go serve God with everything I got. He literally burned his past. When God gives you a call, I want you to know that you need to burn your insecurities. You need to burn away the flaws that are limiting you from stepping into the call of God upon your life. Some of us got to get the fire going and just start burning some things. I don't know. God's going to highlight some things that you got to get rid of. Some things that you got to say, hey, God, I'm going to burn this and I'm going to walk by faith and I'm going to serve you. I love the heart that he has, that Elisha has to serve Elijah. Sometimes you're not going to get the pulpit to preach, but you're going to have the ability to clean the office. You might not have the ability to maybe lead the youth group, but you get the ability to help clean the church. Whatever it may be, the point is that you have to be willing to serve. You have to be willing to assist. And God has given me so many windows of wisdom in my life. my pastor, Pastor Galindo, was somebody that I modeled my ministry and my life and even my preaching style sometimes after him because I just looked up to him so much. But I couldn't sit there and compare myself to him because I could never be him. But God allowed me to have him, and I used to interpret for him. I used to, in service, I would stand next to him, and when he would move, I would move, and I would just feel such an honor to be next to him. But then many times you start off as an echo because I used to interpret for him, right? I used to translate for him. But later on in life, God showed me that even though if you begin your life being an echo for someone else, because you're willing to serve, God will give you your own voice. So maybe that's what God's doing for you right now. You're in the season of serving. You're in the season of being led by God and saying yes to him. But you know what? There's going to come a moment where God's going to anoint you and he's going to call you and he's going to put his covering upon you. And it's going to be a time for you to step into your call. And God's going to give you your voice because he's uniquely gifted you for your call. I want to read one more verse. If I'm reading more verses than Pastor Hector, I'm sorry. But I'm a preacher at heart, so I got to share the Bible a little bit. So I got one more verse. It's in 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 9. And he says, When they had crossed, Elijah said to Elisha, "Ask what I should do for you before I'm taken away from you." And Elisha said, let there be a double portion of your spirit on me. You see, he didn't ask for the same portion that you had. Elisha was bold and he said, let me get a double portion of what you have. So the people that God puts in front of you, the windows of wisdom, not the mirrors that you're going to compare yourself to, but the windows of wisdom that you can peek into for a glimpse of your future, for a glimpse of your call, that you would pray to God and say, hey, God, I see what you're doing with this person, but I want you to do more. I want you to use me the way you called me to be. And I just pray that this was a blessing to you. I pray that it spoke to your spirit, that it motivated you. And I'm just so excited to be with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And always remember, subscribe. If you haven't done so, please do. This channel is going to be a blessing to your life. And always remember to be the bridge for people to find Christ. God bless. Did I say that right? I think I messed up the line again.